see how much life... Alongside Brock Hewitt in the booth, I'm Kate Scott. And Brock, we usually at this point talk about quarterback, talk about a game-breaking run. Jake Moody now ready to get this one started. And here we go. 4 quarters of football headed your way. Good looking return here, and he's got room. And a good return here as he gets it out past the 35. So out comes their offense for its first possession of the game. And leading them out in his 6th season in the league now is their quarterback.
He's one of the select group of quarterbacks where when he takes the field, everyone, and I mean everyone, takes notice. He's part of the game's elite at the game's most important position, and it really is a spectacle, Kate, anytime he leads an offense out, because you know he's capable of plays that other quarterbacks in this league simply cannot make.
Has him on the quick hitter. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. Out of the option, he's going to keep it going right. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
That's pretty good right there now. You don't always expect a sizable gain when you run it on 1st down. You just want some yards to set up an easier 2nd down play. But they will take that execution every time.
They'll throw on 1st. Brought in right side. And they haul him down just a foot or two shy of the red zone. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a 1st down.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Throwing from the gun here. Short pass brought in. It's a real solid pickup, 12 yards, and it rewards them with a 1st and goal.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
And someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Takes this one back for the pick 6. So on our opening drive, Brock, we've got a big defensive highlight already as the pick 6 starts off our scoring.
This is a defense who isn't hiding how they're approaching this game. They want to be disruptive. They're unafraid to be aggressive. Can be a risky mentality to have, but boy, can it set a tone early.
Jake Moody on for the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And his guys will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick 6. Here's a return from the 7. He's got a lane up past the 30. And they'll start this drive in good position, a little shy of the 40. First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Back to the air following the pick six. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. Setting up a throw. Has it downfield working the left. And they get there to take him down right around the 41. They pick up 20 yards there. And it'll give them a first down.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
First and 10 from the 41. Back to throw. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. But at that defense, they're flying around and making the play.
Only a yard from that time, so now 3rd and 9. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Has it at the 7. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They're going to move the chains after a big play, 39 yards.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
First down from the red zone. Gets it towards the end zone, but it's incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. So now it'll be 2nd and goal. Hall. And he runs it across. Touchdown. These guys reach pay dirt for the first time this game. Looking to tack on the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And these guys tie this game 7-7. And after they reach the end zone, they'll kick it off and turn things over to the defense. Return coming from the 6. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. So here comes their offense for its opening drive. And they'll have a veteran leading them out. It's their 9th-year quarterback.
Last week, Kate, you won't call his effort wasted, never. But you wish a game like that would have come in a win instead of showing up in a contest they ended up dropping. 2 touchdowns, no picks. That's the type of game that wins are typically built off of.
Pass play on 1st and 10. Throwing the out route complete. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you planned for, and you go out and execute.
They go play action on 1st. Oh, and the rush is too much. He's taken down. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
And look at that. All that effort and success from the previous play, it is gone. Credit to this defense who snapped and cleared. That's part of this game. You got to snap and clear. Give up a big play, come back and make a big one for yourself. And they do, getting home with that sack.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. They'll motion him out of the backfield. Trying again, following the sack. Hits his running back. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Got to figure out this 3rd down here. He's going to throw this one. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. Not for that defense who puts a sack on the board.
The visitors are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And it's been such an incredible season for him. As we play our final month of football, he's leading the NFL in passing yards. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Taps it quick to the receiver coming across. And he found some running room for a nice gain. It's a solid 70-yard pickup on first down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3. From the 39. Throw left side, complete. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. That's good for 7 yards. And it sets up first down. They'll try and throw it here. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. So now we get a stoppage. Looks like a timeout called by the defense. Second and 10 now. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Whatever could go wrong for him so far certainly has. And so many times when we see a QB throw an interception early, it just starts to get in your head. That little seed of doubt, that little thought that you got a flush of, oh, what's going to happen next? Because then you hold the ball, and you hold the ball in this league, and you get sacked.
A big 34-yard pickup there. And they're going to have a first down.
You know, Kay, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
First and 10, looking to throw. Completed over the middle. And they make the stop as that play reaches the 14-yard line. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. He's dropping back to throw. The throw is caught. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
And he drives forward for a little, maybe to the 7. They made it 3 yards on the tote. It'll bring up 2nd down. He'll pass it this time. Dumped off to his running back. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Simply put, Kate, that's just job well done by the defense. You get a completion on 2nd down and go backwards, that's a pretty superhuman effort and want to from this defense.
Slot man motioned over. 3rd and long for him here. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
I know we talk about rhythm a lot when it comes to music, but it's the same thing with the quarterback and his protection. This QB was in rhythm, but they knocked the notes out of him on that one.
That's the end of one. Both teams with a little luck finding the end zone early. Scoreboard showing 7s on each side. More from this one right after this. So 4th down, and out comes the field goal unit. He's looking 34 yards here down the middle. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And that's going to break our tie and give him a 3-point advantage.
I never saw a play script that ended with a field goal. It was always a touchdown that you wanted. But that's 3 points, and it's enough to give him the lead.
His return starts at the 5. Finds some space. He's past the 30. And this will give them decent field position. The return gets out to the 30. The home teams and their running back about to get back to work. And you know who the ball is going to when they reach the red zone. He's currently top 5 across the NFL in rushing scores this season. They put Adams in motion left. And that's only 1 yard up the middle. Gonna be second down.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
And that will not be enough for a first down. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Completed to his running back. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. That one gains 7. And that'll be a first down. Dropping back to throw. He's on the move. And the defense waiting for him at the line, and he goes down. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Here's a throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
I know quarterbacks get paid a lot of money and a lot of glamour in this league, but today, well, this is a tough day for this QB. He's taken a beating. And whether it means changing up some of the blocking schemes, maybe mixing in a little bit of run, or heck, this quarterback getting the ball out of his hand more quickly, he's got to start protecting himself.
Let's see what they went with on 3rd down. Looking to the air here. And he's in trouble and gets brought down again. And consecutive sacks have them staring at a tough 4th down.
Kate, you give him much of the credit for this early lead. Heck, give every player on that defense now their 4th sack of this game credit, because that ambush on the quarterback, a big reason why they're in control of this game.
And he's brought down before the return gets far. The visitors ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And no one has been better than him at finding the end zone through the air all year. He's leading this league in passing touchdowns late in our season. They put a receiver in motion right. They start the drive with Hall. And he's able to manage a couple on that run.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
From the 35 on 2nd down. On target to Jackson. And he's down after getting this up to the 41.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
You know, I'm not sure what else could have been done there, Kate. Just the right call defensively to come up with a 3rd and short stop.
Punt team on the field. And this will be his first effort of the contest. Another drive coming up for this offense. And they're hoping they can keep the punter off the field this time around, Brock, after he's been called upon each of their first 2 possessions. They'll run here on 1st down. And not a lot of room for him as he's brought down. He gets a couple on... Throwing now from the gun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
That is now the 5th sack this offense has had to endure in the first half alone. We're on a double-digit pace here. And I'll tell you what, I know how these defensive coordinators work. They can feel the blood in the water. They are not going to stop getting after this quarterback until this offense can find a way to protect itself.
And they take him down, but there's a flag on the play.
Pass interference. Defense.
So after some careful consideration, they're going to go ahead and decline the penalty. Slot man in motion left. From the red zone now. Has him on the quick hitter. And they get this down to the 7-yard line. A nice pickup of 11 there, Brock, and they'll have first and goal to figure out.
First and goal at the 7-yard line.
One of the tight ends in motion left. They'll try and punch it in. And he has enough room to gain about 4.
Hey, I get it on first and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
Another chance for him. And he pushed for it, but they managed to stop him at the 2. It'll be a gain of only 1 on second, so that brings up third goal from the 2.
It's now third and goal.
They'll throw it. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Well, how quickly things can change. They were looking so good just a couple of plays ago, and suddenly, not anymore. A red zone look comes up empty with that interception.
I think the pressure got to him there, Kate. And I don't even mean all those pass rushers, although they were certainly coming too. I mean the pressure of being third down in the red zone. And that's where you got to slow yourself down as a quarterback and know you've got to simply protect the football.
They'll get this drive started. First and 10. Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And this one doesn't go far. Manages just a yard on first down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9. Throwing from near his own goal line. Cut out left. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Well, that's the 2-minute warning. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Throwing from the gun here. He has the first over the middle. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of third downs just like that.
To throw it on first down. It is cut left side. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They get 37 on the play. And they'll have first down.
So many cool fundamentals on display right there, Kate. Look the ball in your hands, number 1. Don't turn your eyes away from it before it gets to you. And then when you've got that catch secured, snap that head forward and find that space upfield to turn a good play into a great play.
He'll throw it yet again. Looking slant route complete. And he works this to the 38 before going down. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. They motion a receiver left. From the 38. Oh, not like this. An interception ends that drive. Finds a seam, left side, he's off to the races. And he makes the Mets go. It's a touchdown on the pick 6. Second time he's had an errant throw taken back for 6 in this half, Brock. As a quarterback, how do you come back from this knowing there's so much game left?
How do you come back from it, or how do your family and friends come back from it? I know as I get older, I think about them more and more. As a competitor, you're just going to grit your teeth and do what you can. But for the loved ones following, that's a tough second pick 6 to watch.
Moody knocks that extra point through. And his guys take a 4-point lead. A quick chance at redemption after that pick 6 as it's sent away. Returning it from the 4. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The visitors headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year is over. All right, keeping it simple. They're just going to call a give right up the middle. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. Before we can get a snap on second down, they call timeout. From the 36. Short pass brought in. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. Back to throw it. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up second down. One last play before the break. Looking to throw. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And brings up third down. That brings us to halftime. Just a 4-point game thus far. As we send things over to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando for the EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
All right, Kate, thanks very much. More from you and Brock in a moment. But first, time for a look around the NFL to see what's going on here and what's already been an eventful afternoon of football. We'll begin our trip around the NFL with an interesting one right off the bat, and it's the home team who are out in front. It's Caleb Williams with a good day throwing it. 3 touchdown passes there. From there, we say adios, America. Hola, Mexico City, as we check out the action down at Estadio Azteca. And as you see, they were winners earlier this afternoon. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. As you can see, the score there in the second quarter. These two teams heading out of the tunnel. We're ready to get back to it. For the call of the second half, here is the great Kate T. Scott. Kate?
All right, thank you, Coach. And we are back and about set to begin the second half. Teams are back out on the field. Everyone is set, and the second half is underway. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. Their offense taking the field now for the opening drive in the second half. And they really leaned on that passing game in the first half, Brock. Let's see if that emphasis continues to start the third. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on first down. No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Out of the shotgun. They'll give it to him inside. And he found some running room for a nice gain. A solid 8-yard gain there, and now they're going to have 3rd and 2.
That's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 2.
Another carry for him. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
That's one of those plays, Kate, as an offense, it just sticks with you a little bit. It bothers you that you just can't convert on a very manageable down and distance. And on the other side, well, sure gives you some confidence defensively to get off the field.
They're out now, ready to punt it. And they could really use a good one here. And he finally gets a hold of one here. This is hit far. Fields this at the 19. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. Call that a booming 56 yards in the end. And they're going to take over possession. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. From the 27. Has it downfield, working the left. And they can't chop to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains. Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. Fakes the handoff, now to throw. Flushed out of the pocket. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
In theory, Kate, that's exactly what complementary man coverage is supposed to look like. The DBs, well, they're sticky on the back end of it. The front end, that pass rush, it makes an impact that gets home. But of course we know, it's not that simple. It is really tough to lock down a full field for more than a second or two.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Lone back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he's tackled for a short gain. They pick up a single yard, still well behind the sticks for this 3rd down. Looking for a throw here. That's caught for the 1st. And he will take this in. Touchdown. These guys grab the lead on their 1st series of the half. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
That one splits the uprights. And these guys push their lead to 3.
Our home team, 14.
They put a touchdown on the board, and now they'll send it away. Fielded at the 7. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Back out runs their offense. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Adams put in motion right. Throwing from the gun. Hits him on the out route. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the 1st. They kick the running back in motion. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Time we offered some serious blanket praise for this entire group defensively. The guys up front, they've certainly generated the pressure. Everybody on the back end in coverage, well, they're holding down their assignments to delay these throws. This is going to be one tomorrow, one fun tape to watch, because 6 sacks, it's hard to come by in this league.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Another try following the sack. They're on him again, and he goes down again. And back-to-back takedowns behind the line of scrimmage set him up now with 3rd down. Back to throw now. This has been a trend, yet another interception. And they finally drag him down, but not until after a very nice return.
Well, that's now 2, Kate, that they've gotten him for picks in this game, and he's got to be careful. Right? You've got to protect the football. It is the greatest treasure you have as an offense. And this defense, well, they've got 2 in their pocket, and you know they're going to be going after number 3.
The offense returning to the field now as we get a look at their wideouts. They threw it the whole way down the field on their last drive, and they'd welcome the same level of play on this series as well. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. Dumped off to his running back. And they've got him down near the red zone at the 22.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9. It's a real solid pickup, 12 yards, and it rewards him with a 1st and goal. They give it to him again. And he won't win the race to the outside. That run's bottled up at the line. No gain that time, and now it'll be 2nd and goal. Back to throw. And look at the footwork there. Touchdown. These guys make them pay for turning it over. If you're going to complete that one successfully, Brock, you need the perfect throw, just the right touch, and you also need a guy who can go up and get it just like that.
Yeah, need to be able to muscle somebody off the ball if you're not alone. And call me a little biased. Go ahead. I don't care.
You're biased.
But the success of that play does come down to the timing of the throw, Kate. If you don't throw it on time to that exact spot, you run out of room, and you don't give yourself that kind of chance.
14.
Following the touchdown, they'll kick it back and see what the opposition has in store. Return starts at the 3. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Now outruns their offense to take over. And the open lanes, the beautiful windows that he no doubt dreamt about before this game, Brock, well, they just haven't been there. It's almost like the defense challenged itself between the pass rush and the secondary. Who could make more big plays here?
Yeah, you're talking about the difference between the practice field and then the reality of this game. Sacks, interceptions. And while we won't be the final judge on which area this defense has been the biggest winner, we do know who the loser's been, the quarterback, who's had to deal with an excellent defensive showing.
And he's officially in enemy territory now. They're going to give him the opposing 49. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the 1st.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about 2 things, separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks, that's the trust, and then they got to believe that that separation can create the big play down the field.
Oh, brother, it's another interception. And they stop him before he gets much on the return.
Well, I'll admit, man, I got to admire the guts, the willingness to continue to challenge the coverage, even with 2 interceptions already. But there's his 3rd strike. And no, it's not baseball, but he definitely has to be smarter with what he's doing with the football.
This offense and their quarterback making their way back out there, ready to take over once again. And you know this firsthand, partner. You get above that 300 mark, you and your offense are going to have plenty of highlights to choose from by this point in the game. We're getting a look at some of them now. You just got to marvel at how well he's played the quarterback position here. New set of downs for him at the 38. Throwing now on 1st down. Complete out to the right side. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. 2nd and 3 now.
At the 45-yard line.
Pass play now. Dumps it off to his running back. And he's down. Looks like they made the stop at the 46-yard line. That's a pickup of 9. And that gives them the first. New set of downs for him from the 46. Back to pass on 1st and 10. Completed over the middle. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped. Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10.
And the San Antonio first down.
Throwing it again here. Throwing the out route complete. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Catch is made in close. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop. It's 2nd and goal. Still sticking with the passing game. And he's in. Touchdown! These guys make them pay for turning it over. Great opportunity to find a touchdown there, Brock, and they come through with 6.
Receivers want the ball everywhere on the football field. But you start smelling the end zone, they really want their chance. And they will tell you as a quarterback, just give me an opportunity and I'll make a play. And he sure did.
That one right down the middle. And his guys take a 3-possession lead.
Our home team, 14.
Now after the touchdown, they'll kick it back and see what the opposition can do. Starting from the 5. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The offense headed back to the field. And this drive would be a win if they can just hang on to the football, Brock, coming off those back-to-back turnovers. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Able to get it to Franklin. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. New set of downs for him at the 38. One of the tight ends motioning right. Play action on 1st down. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
From the gun, they're going to hand it off. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Just 1 quarter remaining in this one. It's not quite over yet, but it'd take a pretty miraculous comeback. We've got a 3-score game as we get set to start the 4th quarter. From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And all he can get is 1 yard. Ran that right into the defensive front.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on 1st down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. Finds him over the middle. Oh, the football's loose. And this is going to stay with the offense as he makes the recovery.
We all saw the brief moment of full-on panic between the ball coming out and him getting back on it. The impressive part is he kept his composure while it was still loose. One mistake didn't become 2, and he cleaned it up before any defenders could.
And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
They go play action on 1st. Running in the red zone. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Give him 24 on that play. And now they have a 1st and goal.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Going ground on 1st and goal. And he's brought down for a loss.
Kate, I'll never forget walking into the Hall of Famer Dwight Freeney's meeting room with those defensive linemen. The late, great John Tierlink, his coach, he had a little sign up in his office, and it was sacks, and that money sign was the S, because ends and D-line.
He has the touchdown. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
On is Moody for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And these guys cut the lead down to 10. That lead trimmed just a bit, down to 10 points now as the kick is up and away. This return starts at the 5. He stopped on the return at the 27. The offense being led back out by its quarterback as they get geared up for their next possession. And he'll be happy to keep letting it fly as much as he has all game. Look at these numbers. They show just how effective he's been in captaining this offense. They'll send him over right. They're going to throw here to begin the drive. Flush down out to his left. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That's going to pick up the first down after a gain of 26. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Blown back. Oh, he lost the football! And no turnover. It's going to stay with the offense. And they needed more than one defender. Their powerful runner stopped for just 1 yard. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. A give now from the gun. And they stop him after a good run that takes him down inside the 40. 7 yards on the run. That sets up an easily attainable 3rd and 1. Back to the well again. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. Now after that play, we've got somebody shaken up, and you don't want to see serious injury in the midst of their playoff push. He's being looked at here. Looks like they will indeed try it, 4th and 2. Need a conversion. They're throwing for it. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
The 4th down conversion keeps that defense out there. That was their shot to end this possession, to sit on the bench, to get their breath. But now they're going to have to buckle down and force another 4th down.
Has him on the quick hitter. And he's out of bounds right at that 25-yard line. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Looking right, and he finds him. And he gets this forward to the 19. They get 6 and a first down as well.
It's a gain of 6. First down, San Antonio.
From the red zone now. Escapes the pocket. He's going to keep it this time. And they make the stop as that play reaches the 14-yard line.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
And he's short of the first after a mild gain. It's a gain of 5, and he's just short, so that's third, less than a yard. He'll look to throw. Really fired that one, but they couldn't connect. No luck finding his receiver that time. And it's 4th and short. We'll see if they go for it. Throwing now, needing a first. This one's caught. Touchdown! So he looks to and finds the big fella, and his tight end takes it in for 6.
Such a reliable weapon down in the red zone. It kind of reminds me like a point guard making an entry pass to that post player. When you trust your big people around you, and when a quarterback trusts his tight end like that, it makes a difference.
Lining up now to try the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And his guys take a 3-possession lead.
38, our home team, 21.
And after they reach the end zone, they'll kick it off and turn things over to the defense. Has this at the 6. He stopped on the return at the 27. Their offense ready to take the field now. They just witnessed maybe the most impressive drive we've seen all game, Brock, and now they get a chance to answer with one of their own. To the air now on 1st and 10. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete. So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. They're throwing it. And they pick him off again. And they limit the damage on the return, but it is still a turnover.
4 picks, 1 game. Yeah, I get it. They've not all been his fault, but it isn't any easier to stomach. For the sake of his mental game, I think it's about time to limit things to short, easy passes or simply take him off this field altogether.
Now this offense ready to head back out. And you can see in these clips quite an extensive highlight reel he's put together in what is a 4-touchdown game for him already.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say this guy's in the zone. I know in hoops, sometimes shooters say that hoop looks and that basket looks enormous. Right? I know on a golf course you're thinking, man, everything is a birdie. For this guy today, 4 touchdowns on the ledger, he's made it look easy.
On 1st down, they'll run. And it took a couple of guys to hold him down there after a gain of just 1. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Throwing now, off play action. He fires one deep down the middle. Brought in inside the 20. And they make the stop as that play reaches the 14-yard line. He finds 37 yards on the play to move those chains.
I try to remind you a time or two, Kate, that you always got to start your read from the secondary forward. You got to see what the safeties are doing. If you're going to throw a ball in the middle third, deep downfield like that, you have to have tremendous awareness of where those safeties were, and the QB just nailed it.
What a spot for a big play, huh, Brock? It has him well into the red zone now with 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. He's got it! And he's tackled with markers down. This one should be on the defense.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
So a big self-inflicted error as that personal foul moves the ball forward quite a bit. And he's in for the touchdown. These guys keep adding to that 4th quarter lead. They broke out the design run for him there. Coach just tells him, hey, Brock, KQB, do your thing, get us 6.
Yeah, and these offensive coaches love this play, and defensive coaches hate it, Kate, because it really gives you an extra hat, right? An extra number when your QB's got the athleticism, got the legs, got the instincts to go run it in for 6. A defensive nightmare, an offensive touchdown.
Starting from the 5. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. This offense ready to get going again now. And you know that interception is in the back of their minds as they head back out there now. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. He finds Odunze running the slant.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
So that brings us to the 2-minute warning. These guys trying to make it look a little nicer on that scoreboard. After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. From the 34. Setting up the screen. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
At that down and distance, this group was pretty confident the screen would get them enough yards for the first, and it did. And so long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
He's got the hook up to Adams. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
From the 43. And they pick him off again. And a great return comes to an end with the tackle. The team total is now up to 5, Brock. 5 times they've picked this offense off.
Say it a third time for me, Kate, would you? Twist the knife for all the fans of this offense watching at home.
5 interceptions in one game. You just got to marvel at how well they played in coverage from start to finish.
Yeah, this goes beyond marveling. This goes to best case scenario in their game plan. This is one of those special games where absolutely everything is clicking. These defenders, it's like they're seeing the entire field in perfect 20/20 vision.
1st and 10 now from the 30. Hall takes it straight ahead. And the middle holds. They don't get anything on the run. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10. At the 29-yard line.
Here's Hall once more. And a bit of deja vu as they stop him at the line once again. Stuffed at the line a second time, and now it'll be 3rd and 10. So something to be proud of, Brock, as they come away with the win. And they're able to run this winning streak to 3 as they have really caught fire recently. And with Brock Heward and our EA Sports crew, I'm Kate Scott saying so long from this one. It was a great effort from our winners as we say goodnight, everybody.